Oh, it was not even fucking recording. Anyway, sorry for the really nasty background, so please bear with me. Today I'm going to show you how I contour my nose. I've been doing this like every day for the past like 2 weeks, and I'm very happy with how it looks and the way it comes out, because I have a very wide, very Filipino nose. It's like slimmer up here and goes down here. But anyway, this is for anyone who wants to like slim down their nose that has like a wider nose. And yeah, I'm going to be using powder products today. So if you're doing cream contouring, it's a little different, but I'm just gonna get started. I always do this after I do my base, and then I powder my face with powder because I'm using powders, and if it's on top of a sticky, tacky base, then it's just gonna get patchy and it won't blend well. So I use the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Powder, and it's basically the same thing as the HD powder from Makeup Forever, but another good one is the Maybelline Dream Wonder Powder. This is like a pressed version of that, and it has some coverage to it. So down the center of my face and my eyelids. I usually powder my whole face now because it's summer and it's super hot, but yeah, make sure you get your nose at least. Welcome to my face. The palette that I'm going to use is the one that you've seen in like all my videos recently. It's the Too Cool for School Artclass by Rodin. And I really like it because of the colors. There's 3 colors and they're not too orangey and too brown. They're like a good cool tone brown. So it simulates shadow much better in person and in photos. I'm going to be using 2 brushes today, but they're actually the same brush and they're dirt cheap. It's these Wet n Wild brushes. Beauty Guru. I find that they apply product well, but they also blend at the same time. And they were like 99 cents each, so these are good brushes, but they shed like a bitch. So I'm going to take the 2 darker shades, the middle and then the darker. Starting at like the very end of my eyebrow, I place product here and start carving out my nose. And this part right here is really good for if you don't really have a nose bridge like right here. It kind of creates the illusion of that. So I place product there. And then what I do is I take like whatever's left on there and I run it right under my eyebrow because I just like the look of like deep set eye sockets, and that kind of helps. And then I'm just going to take the same brush and like blend it out a little just so there's not any harsh edges. I don't blend too much just because this brush kind of does the blending for me anyway when I place the color. But I like to make sure that there's still color there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the middle and the lighter one, and then the important thing here, I make sure that I place the product closer to the center, not just like the actual side of my nose, because if I'm doing that, I'm just like not really changing the shape of my nose. So I have to make sure that I actually place the product here closer to the center, and then I sweep up. Like that. Can you even see that? I don't know. So I'm actually slimming down my nose, not just, you know, placing product on the side of the nose because that doesn't really do anything. Same on the other side. Placing the product close to the center so it creates that illusion of like slimming down. And then I just take any more product and just get it to the right like intensity that I want. I make sure that I do this in sunlight or like natural light, because if I do it in like any artificial light, then when I do step out in sunlight it looks really harsh and nasty and just not the way that I want it to look. So yes. And then I just take the darker shade and then I place that on the tip of my nose here. And then the side of my nose here, because my nostrils are really wide. Like that. Just like that. So already you can see a difference. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight The product that I'm going to use is this NYX eyeshadow in Lace, number 36. Kind of this pale beige shadow, and it's matte. I actually only picked this up a few days ago, but before I was using that, I was using this Stila Brightening Powder Foundation sample duo, and it comes with like a beige color and then like more of a shimmery, not shimmery, more like a pinkish foundation. But you can just use any eyeshadow that's pale and matte, or you can do what I did before is I used concealer, but I like to use powder because we've been using powders up to this point. I used the other brush. It's the same brush, just another one of it, and I place that right in the middle down the center of my nose. I'm not placing it too wide like across because I still want a slimmer nose. And I do this because I feel like if you just do contouring, it looks a little bit muddy and dirty. Highlighting the center just brings back the shape to the nose, because you need to have a light if you're gonna have dark on there. So that already just, yes! However intense you want it, just keep building it up. And then just take the lightest shade and then just run it between the highlight and the contour to blend them together. You want them to be blended. I'm just gonna add more of the darker shades around here. This is good if you are a dude, a boy, and you kind of want to like have something on your eyes, but you don't want it to look like actual eyeshadow. Contouring your eyes is a good way of giving you that shape. And I think it just looks kind of sexy, to be honest with you. Last but not least, I'm going to go back to my other my highlighting brush, and then I'm going to highlight the tip of my nose. The tip of my nose. What really makes the nose pop. I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish in Lightscapade. And it's a really pale, shimmery highlighting powder, I don't know. But a good alternative is the Wet n Wild Fergie Center Stage Collection To Reflect Shimmer Palette. This is basically the same thing, however it's more, I feel like this is way more shimmery, but they're both really good. So I'm going to take my highlighting brush. What you can do, I usually do, is I take my finger, place it right there, and then I just blend out the edges. Or you can just dip your brush in a little bit and then apply it on the very tip of your nose. And I used to do this to like the whole of my nose right here, but I feel like doing this where this is all matte and then adding a shimmery highlight to the end of your nose, I feel like it just makes it look more realistic. And the last step after I finish everything is I like to use a setting mist. This sets down all the powder and prevents that powdery look. This is the Innisfree Anti-Darkening Fixer. It has green tea and it's a long-lasting formula, whatever, and I really like it because the mist is like ultra fine. And there you go. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll also list all the products that I use down below. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.